Guys, welcome in to another March Madness update. We are really kicking off all of the major tournaments today. We've got some tickets punched from yesterday I want to go over, and then we do have an updated look at the overall seeding. Now, first, congratulations are in order. For Northern Kentucky University, they win the Horizon League, and they very likely will be a 16 seed going into the tournament, probably with a first-round bye. They're probably not going to play in one of the first 4 games, so they will be a 16 seed against a 1 seed, and then Cleveland State. You lose by 2. You got a feel for them. They're probably headed to the NIT. Next, we've got Merrimack winning the Northeast Conference. It's a shame they are ineligible for the tournament, so Fairleigh Dickinson will be going. They will be a 16 seed. They probably will be playing in the first 4. Virginia Tech beats Notre Dame. What a terrible season it was for Notre Dame as the ACC kicks off. Charleston sitting at 31-3, the most wins in Division I. They win their championship. They get an auto bid. Congratulations to Charleston. Congratulations to Oral Roberts. They annihilated North Dakota State. They will be a 12 seed heading into the tournament. And a very easy game for them in the Summit League Championship. Really, the only team that could have possibly challenged Oral Roberts was South Dakota State, and they didn't even make it. Gonzaga annihilates St. Mary's. I'm getting very concerned about St. Mary's in terms of their NCAA tournament hopes. They're probably going to be a 5 seed. But yeah, it seems like right now St. Mary's is really trending in the wrong direction. Gonzaga is not a good defensive team, and they held St. Mary's to 51 points, and Gonzaga just continues to pile win after win. They're trending right now on the 3 line. I almost wonder, is there a chance they could sneak to a 2 seed based off their recent play? And then Montana State, double overtime. What a low-scoring game. 60-58 Montana State, I still think, is the favorite in the Big Sky. They move on to their conference championship there. So here's a photo of the ACC tournament crowd. A little bit of a low blow here. But yeah, guys, this year the ACC, oh, it's so bad. It is so terrible. Next, let's take a look at some of these analytics on who they favor for some of these conference tournaments. You've got NC Central, the favorite there. Norfolk State, the 1 seed. Howard, 3rd best odds to win that auto bid. Next, you've got Florida Atlantic, North Texas, and UAB, the class of that conference. We'll see if Florida Atlantic does win that conference. Do they move possibly to a 7 seed? If North Texas or UAB win, that's a league that will for sure get 2 auto bids in because FAU has such a good record. They're going to make it no matter what. This is the Big Ten. You can see, it has Purdue as a pretty heavy favorite. It's got the 3 seed Indiana in 2nd, Michigan State the 4 seed in 3rd in terms of chances, but I think it's wide open in the Big Ten. I don't see a huge gap with Purdue being, them giving Purdue a 32% chance. I mean, you take a look at the 2 seed Northwestern all the way down at number, the 5th best odds or whatever. I would have to agree with that. I don't think Northwestern has much of a chance in this tourney, but overall, I think I picked Michigan State to win it, and they're really right there. We'll see. Next, looking at the SEC, you've got Bama, around a 34% chance. Tennessee, the 5 seed, not surprising. The analytics love Tennessee. Kentucky, A&M, and then how about 10 seed Arkansas, maybe as a dark horse in this tournament. They are... they've lost some games, but they've got a lot of talent. They've got a lot of offensive firepower. You could see Arkansas make a surprise run in the SEC tournament. Next, you've got UConn, the 4 seed, are the favorites here over Creighton. Marquette, the 1 seed in 3rd place. Xavier, the 2 seed. I am not high on Xavier or Providence going into the tournament. Those are two teams I think are trending in the wrong direction. Next, I think this is the Metro. So yeah, this is just Iona. Look at Iona, 58% chance. Quinnipiac all the way down at 15, and then Ryder, and really it's just a complete mosh pit in the Metro every single year. But Iona is the complete class of this conference. I would expect them to win it for sure. Now, taking a look at where we currently stand in terms of the auto bids. Charleston pretty much guaranteed to be a 12 seed. Oral Roberts guaranteed to be a 12 seed. Drake guaranteed to be a 12 seed. The winner of the A10, whether it's VCU, St. Louis, Dayton, whoever it is, probably going to be a 12 seed. 13 seeds, Toledo, Utah Valley. Really, it's going to be either Toledo or Kent State. It's going to be Utah Valley or Sam Houston. Yale probably is going to win the Ivy. They're a 13. And then Iona probably going to win the Metro. They are pretty much a consensus 13. Louisiana, they've already won. They're in. They're probably going to be on the 14 line. Furman is in with an auto bid. They won the Southern. They're locked in as a 14 seed. The winner of the Big West right now, UC Irvine, the number 1 seed, the favorites. They are going to be a 14 seed, very likely. And then Kennesaw State sitting on the 14 line. They had an upset win. They were the 1 seed in their tournament, but analytics would say, I think that was the Liberty. They beat Liberty. Analytics loved Liberty. So Kennesaw State right now sitting on the 14 line. You have Colgate as a 15 seed. Personally, depending on how much Colgate wins tonight, if they win the Patriot, I think they should be bumped up to a 14. Montana State, currently the favorite in the Big Sky with Eastern Washington getting eliminated. They should be a 15 seed. Vermont, the heavy favorites in the American East, they're on to their conference championship game, and they're a solid 15 seed right now. UNC Asheville sitting on the 15 line. A lot of people thought they would have been a 16 seed, but right now they are the last 15 seed. And then Northern Kentucky, they've won the Horizon. They're in. By the way, UNC Asheville is also already in. Texas A&M, Corpus Christi, they're the favorite to win their conference championship, but they have not clinched anything. Fairleigh Dickinson is in. They will assuredly be in a play-in 16 seed game. They will probably honestly face Southeast Missouri State in the play-in game out of the Ohio Valley. They're already in as well. Howard and Grambling, both teams still need to win their conferences. If they both won, they would probably face each other in a 16 v 16 matchup. Getting to the big games tonight, a lot of big games with the conference tournaments really heating up. West Virginia, Texas Tech, that's an early round, first round Big 12 matchup. West Virginia, around 3-point favorites. Oklahoma State versus Oklahoma, toss-up game there. Villanova, Georgetown, heavily expecting Villanova, who's been playing a lot better recently. Overall, like a top 40 team, according to these analytics, sitting at around 12.5-point favorites. NC State, slight favorites over Virginia Tech. You've got North Carolina trying to gear up for a major ACC tournament run. They're on the outside looking in right now. They're around 9-point favorites over Boston College. Washington State and California. California is one of the worst, if not the worst, Power 5 teams. I think they're 3-28. And Washington State is actually a lot better than their record. New Mexico and Wyoming. New Mexico's had a good season. They should beat Wyoming projection by about 9 points. Pittsburgh and Georgia Tech. So Georgia Tech won yesterday. They face Pittsburgh now. Pittsburgh playing for a tournament berth. They need to win that game. It is an absolute must-win for them. Stanford and Utah. That should be a very competitive game. Arizona State, Oregon State. Seton Hall and DePaul. Seton Hall should be the heavy favorites in that one. Colorado and Washington. Colorado sitting around 4-point favorites. Wisconsin and Ohio State. Complete toss-up pick'em game there in the Big Ten first round. Iona, the heavy favorites in there. I think that's a semifinal matchup, around 12-point favorites. Wake Forest and Syracuse should be a good game. St. John's and Butler, I would expect St. John's to win that game. UNLV and Air Force, those are two bottom-tier Mountain West teams. Colorado State, Fresno State, same thing. Ole Miss, South Carolina, those are two bottom-tier SEC teams. Just looking at some of the other games, Montana State, Northern Arizona. Montana State expected to win that auto bid. That is the championship there. Colgate sitting at 12-point favorites over Lafayette. They win therein. If Lafayette wins, even though they're 11-22, they get the auto bid, and you would have to think Lafayette would probably be a 16 seed in that scenario. But those are all the important games. Texas A&M Corpus Christi taking on Northwestern State. 3-point favorites in that one. And so, yeah, guys, those are all the big games that are upcoming. We've also got this. St. Mary's, currently a 5 seed, would be a pick'em against 1 seed Kansas if they met in the Sweet 16. Now, this was sent before St. Mary's got absolutely destroyed by Gonzaga. And yeah, I think we have to stop with the St. Mary's hype. The analytics love them, and I actually, the analytics like them more than Kansas, but I mean, it's just how are you playing lately? It is not good for St. Mary's, so we will see there. Mick Cronin, when I told him I spoke with Joe Lunardi about needing to win the Pac-12 tournament to get a 1 seed, you spoke with who? Joe Lunardi. I'm not sure who that is. I really don't have any comment on that. So, guys, in response to this, Joe Lunardi said, just for disrespecting me, I'm moving UCLA down to a 3 seed. That's what, imagine if Joe Lunardi said that. But no, Mick Cronin, I guess, doesn't like Joe Lunardi. But apparently, Lunardi said UCLA needs to win the Pac-12 which I would probably agree with. Otherwise, Purdue's probably going to get that final 1 seed. It just depends. So I guess we'll see in terms of that. But guys, that is the latest update on March Madness. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.